Hi, this is Tim from htmltim.com. In this video, I want to talk about installing the Pulsar text editor on a Chromebook. So the Pulsar text editor is a community-led hyper-hackable text editor. It is the descendant of Atom, and it's a great text editor. And it can run on a Chromebook, so that's awesome too. Okay, so to install the Pulsar text editor, what we're first going to need to do is install Linux on the Chromebook, and we can turn that on with basically a click. It's not hard like it was in older times when we had to maybe go into developer mode. All we need to do is go to our launcher here and go to Settings. On the left-hand side of Settings, you'll see Advanced. We'll go in Advanced to Developers, and we see we have Linux Development Environment. We'll click Turn On. This will pop up. You'll click Next. It'll give you a username. I think that's based off the email. You can change it or leave it as is, and it'll give you a recommended size. You can change this to a custom size, but I think I'll just go with a recommended. You can, of course, resize it at a later point. I'm going to click Install. And it's going to go ahead and install Linux, and this will take a few minutes, so I'll come on back when that's done. Okay, once Linux installs, this terminal will pop up, and I can make that a little bit larger for you to see. And what I want to do is make sure that everything is up to date. So I'm going to type sudo apt update and sudo apt upgrade, and I'm going to hit -y. And that's going to go ahead and install or update everything. Okay, now that everything has gone ahead and updated, I can exit out of this either by typing exit or pressing Control D, and I can close this out. Okay, I can also close my settings out, and now I want to download the Pulsar editor. So I'm going to go to download, and you can either download the rolling release or the regular release. I'm going to go for the rolling release, but the choice is up to you, of course. And we'll see that since I have an Intel processor here, I'm going to go with the Intel or AMD processor. And I'm going to go for the .deb package because the Linux distro that is installed is Debian Linux. Okay. If you have an ARM Chromebook, they have packages for that as well. Okay, so I'm going to click on the .deb to start downloading it. And that's going to go ahead and download the .deb. When it's downloaded, I'm either going to click Show in Folder, or I can go to my files here and go to Downloads, and it'll be right there. I can right-click on this and click Install with Linux. It's going to load up the information, and I'll click Install, and OK, and I'm going to let it run and install. Okay, once it installs, you'll see that the installation is complete, and you can launch it from here. You can also go to your launcher here, and you'll see it in your apps. I like to right-click, and if I had not pinned it to my shelf, it would say pin to shelf, so I would click on that. I installed this previously, so it just remembers that previous setting. But yeah, I like to pin it to my shelf. I can close out my Files app here, and now I can click on the Pulsar app to have it start up. That'll take a little bit longer the first time it starts up. Okay, and you'll see the app has started up. I can expand this to get it all the way across the screen. And one little tip, when you start with this on a Chromebook, I like to do, well, you can unclick the welcome guide, but you can take a look at this. That's helpful. I just close out everything here. But again, this would be helpful to figure out the editor. But what I like to do is open up the settings with Control Comma. And then in the settings, if I scroll down where it says Core, yeah, it's right here, where the title bar is native, this white bar, I like to just hide the menu. And you can use Control-Shift-P to get all the commands you need. So I'm going to go to Hidden here. That's going to give me a little bit more real estate. It's going to prompt me to restart Pulsar. And I'm going to go and let it restart. You can, of course, keep the menu if you like that feature. Okay, and it's going to restart up, and we can add folders and start creating files. And we are ready to go with the Pulsar text editor. If you like this video, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.